had a varied career with lots of stories. I read the book of James Herriot, All Creatures Great and Small, and I think I probably lived every chapter that he ever wrote about. Every day would bring on a new experience in veterinary practice. You were at the mercy of the telephone call and whoever was on the other end and what their problem was, and then your task was to solve their problem. But very enjoyable career. I loved every bit of it. Those cold, rainy nights, this blizzard weather that we're experiencing right now, I remember Norman Garrett had a cow that was down trying to have a calf. And he didn't realize that she was trying to have a calf. He thought she was down with milk fever, which is a common condition of dairy cattle. They always say that a typical milk fever is a 7-year-old Jersey cow on a dark and stormy night. Well, every one of those situations is involved in that: the time of the day, the weather, the age of the cow, and the breed. Well, he happened to have Holsteins, though, so he broke the record there and went into something different. Anyway, this poor old cow was laying down with milk fever, which is a calcium imbalance and paralyzes their muscles and they're unable to get up. And she was in a terrace that had water in it. And of course, she picked the water area to lay down, so we're in there administering the fluids to this cow, and we're about to get her on her feet. Well, her muscles, once they started to come to life, all of the muscles started to function, and she ended up delivering a calf. Well, as time would have it, the straining that she did to deliver that calf, she ended up with a total uterine prolapse. These are things that only a livestock man would understand what took place, but I thought that was unusual to be called out on a dark and stormy night, treat a milk fever cow, deliver a calf, and repair a retained prolapse all in one call on one animal. Country practice was extremely rewarding. The ranchers going out on the farms, pregnancy checking cows, routine herd health situations, just wonderful experiences. And I always thought that my clients were not only my clients, but were my very best friends. And I enjoyed every day. No, the only accident I had was a call that I took that I should never have answered the phone. They were having a makeshift rodeo out here south of Alma, Martin Arena, and they had a group of rodeo animals that were brought in, and I don't even remember who it was, but I took the phone call, and they said a buffalo had gored a horse in the rodeo arena and needed a veterinarian. Well, this was Memorial Day. I can remember it very vividly. So I grabbed my 2 young twins to ride with me because I assumed it would be a pretty quick call to go over there. Rodeo was completed. Most of the crowd was gone. There were a few straggler cowboys hanging around, and this horse that the buffalo had gored was there in the alleyway, and they wanted me to stop the bleeding and sew it up. Well, true to form to a rodeo horse, as I was up on top rail of the fence, that horse reared up its back end and thrust out that foot and hit me in the shin with a hoof. And there I was, up there on top of the fence. Most of the cowboys had had a drink or two before this event all took place, so there was no one around to help me. My little twins were there watching. I got down off the fence, hobbled across the corral, had to climb another fence, and got my kids in the truck and we took off for town to the hospital in Wamego. After I got there and tried to pull off my boot, I realized it was pretty full of blood. I'd broken my leg, and I had to drive myself to the hospital. Interesting enough, I never did collect a fee on that call. That was a bad taste in my mouth all the way around.